and talk.
Good evening, everybody. Dramatic new developments to report this evening. First, President Trump is declassifying top secret documents, all related to ObamaGeita.
Boom!
It is the coordinated and years-long spying against a presidential candidate and ultimately the President of the United States and his administration, that of Donald J. Trump. We'll have the shocking details. Just the News Editor-in-Chief John Solomon will join us on this important story here this evening.
Joining us now is John Solomon, Editor-in-Chief of Just the News, best-selling author, of course, great American. You, I know, John, have actually seen some of these documents, and you have been, just like me, as interested in their being made public, released to the public. Let's start with the question, why do you believe it hasn't happened to this point?
I think it's the same bureaucracy that started four years ago in 3 months trying to hamper this president even before he became president. They have slowed the processes down. They've made excuses why documents can't be released, sources and methods. And there's many ways to redact sources and methods and get the essence of the information out. So I think the bureaucracy has slow walked all the way through this process. There's been a lot of progress made. 90% of the documents on that list of 40 that you just mentioned, I put out in Just the News, are declassified. They just need to be released. About 10% are awaiting some foot-dragging efforts by bureaucrats, but I think the president has the upper hand. He should be able to deliver this, one of his final unmet promises from his last 4 years in office.
What happened to the report by executive order that he insisted be met by December 18th, and the agency simply defied him?
They did. Yep, it's this pattern has been throughout every moment of the Trump presidency. Bureaucrats not respecting the authority of the duly elected president and slowing him down, lying to him, creating lies about him, which the Russia case is all about, creating a false story. This is these bureaucracies protecting themselves from their failures. And I think it's going on right now. Today, I learned of a very important document. It's going to shock you, or maybe not shock you, Luke, because you've been pretty critical of the bureaucracy. This is a document kept from the impeachment trial, the first one, where the president had the right to put on a defense. It's a November 22nd, 2016 email from George Kent, the Democrat star witness, the guy with the bow tie, remember? He wrote an email on November 22nd, 2016, casting blame or assigning blame to Joe Biden for the whole Burisma Hunter Biden thing. He makes a very derogatory remark. He moves it into the classified system, and it's been kept from American eyes, including my lawsuits and others. It is incredibly relevant. Why is it relevant? The president was impeached on the basis there was no reason to look at Joe Biden and Hunter Biden. Here's a State Department official raising serious concerns about Joe Biden's actions in Ukraine in the final days of the Obama-Biden administration. That's how well the deep state has played keep away from this president, and more importantly, the American public.
They have created fiction, and it turned into the dossier authored by Kristofer Stila. They have invented plots. In addition to the plot originally, apparently, conceived by Hillary Clinton.
That's the key.
Donald Trump's opponent in the 2016 election. And the FBI and the entire power of the federal government turned behind that piece of fiction and assailed a legitimately elected, legally elected president of the United States. It is horrific. And we deserve to know, not just, we deserve more than these scraps that come from some dusty file hidden away in the recesses of the CIA, the State Department, whichever, the Department of Justice. John, is it not reasonable to presume that the FBI, the Department of Justice, all of these intelligence agencies knew about the George Kent memorandum?
Oh, there's no doubt they knew about it. I've been in contact with several government officials over the last 24 hours as I tracked this down. They've known about it, and they've tried to play keep away about it. And as lawmakers and others started to learn about its existence, they would play dumb and say, do you really want it? I didn't know you want this. Why would you want this? I mean, these guys are professionals at the game of keep away. If we had an American volleyball team made up of CIA and State Department officials, they'd be very good. They would never let the ball hit the ground because they're always moving it, keeping it away from the American people who are their ultimate boss. It's a shameful. And I think right now, in the Capitol siege, the same thing is going on. Relevant documents that would show what the Sergeant of Arms of the House and the Senate and the Capitol Police Chief told Metropolitan Police, they're being kept from us right now. We just got a FOIA rejection saying they can't release the interviews of these security officials at the Capitol because it may be personally embarrassing, personally privacy invading, to let the American people know what they knew in advance about the Capitol siege. It goes on day in and day out. The American people are not treated as the ultimate customer of these federal and local agencies.
You know, a number of metaphors, similes can be used to describe the process of the deep state and their actions or the responsibilities to the American people. But we are first and foremost citizens, and our choice in leaders is being disrespected by the deep state, the radical Dems, and there is every reason for every American to be skeptical of their government, every agency, every department, and every one of these quote-unquote careerists who have not been playing keep away, John, in my opinion. They've been stonewalling and secreting what should be public knowledge.
Yeah, good choice of words.
And damn their
I
hides
agree
for
with you.
doing so. So,
yeah, I agree.
The president, can he, in your judgment, release these documents that are that underline and tell the true story of ObamaGate? Can he get it done? Does he have
certainly
the power?
has the power to do it. I know he has the will to do it because he's looked me in the eye and say, I'm doing it. He tweeted out before he lost his Twitter account, this is going to happen, no redactions. He's still the president of the United States. He should exercise this authority. It is a tremendous value and gift to the American people to give us this transparency. It could be one of his final acts of his presidency. I hope he does it. On behalf of the American people, I hope he does it. That's who's the ultimate winner here. They'll get to see the truth for the first time.
And as John Solomon has just reported, we know without question that the first impeachment inquiry by the Democrat Party, Nancy Pelosi and Schumer led, was an absolute fraud perpetrated on the American people and a travesty, as well as the greatest political scandal. John and I both call upon you, Mr. President, please, please release those documents to the American people. We deserve them, and so do you.